Hello everyone! How are you? I hope that you are doing wonderful. My name is Pika and I am going to be with you for this lesson. This lesson is quite special to all of us because in this lesson we are going to learn about our National South African Women's Day and the way we celebrate it, the history behind it, a few fun facts, and we will read a little story at the end. So I hope that you are ready to have a really fun lesson. Before we begin, I want you to stand up, please, so that we can say our poem together. Let's go! Hello, hello, how are you? It's time to learn on cue. Something old, something new, and maybe a fact or two. Okay, let us begin. Women's Day in South Africa. We all live in South Africa. South Africa is our country. We are South Africans. South Africa has 9 different provinces. Did you know that? Very well done. Great job. I'm glad that you did. Women's Day marks the anniversary of the Great Women's March, which took place in 1956. Do you know how long ago that was? 1956. That was a very long time ago. What happened during this march? During this march, women of all races marched to the Union buildings to protest against the carrying of pass books. Pass books was something that women and others had to carry around, showing where they came from and what is their identity. On August 9th, 1956, about 20,000 women marched to the Union buildings in Pretoria to protest against the legislation aimed at tightening the apartheid government's control over the movement of black women in urban areas. Black women, Indian women, and colored women all got together and they marched. They marched and they marched and they marched. These were really strong-willed women who wanted to stop this legislation because they thought that it was unfair to them. One day they decided enough is enough. They went up to the Union buildings. They were really peaceful. They stood at the door with their petition and each of their names signed next to their reasons for not wanting to carry a pass. They stood at the front door for half an hour in quiet, in peace, and said nothing. Then they said, "Once you have touched a woman, you have touched a rock." This is a phrase which has been adapted and used in our country for many years after that. The adapted version is, "You strike a woman, you strike a rock," which means that women are really, really very strong, and you should always treat them with respect. Here are a few very fun and interesting facts about our National Women's Day. National Women's Day in South Africa is celebrated on August 9th. Do you know what month is August? It is the 6th month of the year? Is it? No. It is the 8th month of the year. The 8th month of the year. This day is a national public holiday, which means that it is a day that has been set aside to celebrate and remember all of the women that decided to march up to the Union buildings for their rights. This day honors and respects these women as well as all other women in our country. The rest of the world has an International Women's Day. This is a day that celebrates women all over the world, and this is celebrated on the 8th of March. Each year there is a different theme, and we all follow that theme for one day, and we celebrate, respect and honor the women around us. I hope you do too. Our second fact. The entire month of August in South Africa is called National Women's Month. During this month, there are many different ways and activities for us to celebrate women. This year, on the 9th of August, you can donate to a women's home. You can volunteer your time to an activity. There are marches that you can go for. There are races that you can do. Although, do remember that we are going through a worldwide pandemic, so we should always keep our distance and wear a mask. It is very important to do that if we are going out into the open. Okay? Our next fun fact. There is a famous phrase, "You strike a woman, you strike a rock." This comes from the 1956 Women's March in South Africa, but this adapted version is used all around the world to celebrate and honor the strength of women. Sometimes strength doesn't always mean our physical strength. Strength can also mean one is strong-minded, one is strong-willed, or one has a strong personality. Take these women for example. They were being imposed on. They had a legislation imposed on them to carry out passbooks. They did not want to do this because they felt that it was unfair. Therefore, they were strong-willed. They had really strong personalities, and they did something that not many people would have. They took it upon themselves to go ahead and march. We love these women, we respect these women, and we honor them for doing what they had to and for not allowing themselves to be injusticed. Now, we are going to read a little story, But before that, I want to know from you, how do you celebrate Women's Day in your home? Can I give you a few ideas on how to do this? Number 1, maybe you can make a card for the women around you, telling them how much you love and appreciate them. You can tell them why you appreciate them. What are the things that they do which you appreciate every day and all the time? You could maybe give mom a day off. You could help her with chores around the house. You could get her a gift, or you could do something special for mom. You don't have to go out for these activities as long as you celebrate the women in your home. And maybe, just maybe, you could do it all the time instead of just waiting for one day a year to appreciate the people around you. Now, let's get back to that story, shall we? When adversity knocks. When adversity knocks. Adversity means when something negative comes along. Let's read about Ash. Ash was getting really frustrated and tired of life. So, he asked his father what to do. His father pondered and wondered. He thought about it, and then he told Ash to bring an egg, 2 tea leaves, and a potato. Ash was really confused about this. He was very, very confused. He did not understand why he felt.
We need to learn to live with the COVID virus, the new normal, at least for the next few months. And we have just what you need to make sure you never miss a single school lesson. And it's absolutely free, mahala! High quality, powerful, animated lessons for all your subjects. So don't spend a cent until you have tried iWiz. It's everything you need. All video lessons, textbooks, workbooks, exam prep. We want you to ace 2021.
Hello everyone! If you enjoyed this lesson, be sure to check us out on YouTube. That is our iWiz channel, or download our app from the Play Store, iWiz. If you enjoyed this, remember, iWiz, a teacher in your pocket. Goodbye!